Hi, it's Otto. I wanted to give you an update of what's going on in the real estate market right now. You're out looking at houses, and of course, it's difficult because it's impacted. There's limited inventory and a lot of buyers. Now, interesting, in the last 2 weeks, we've seen more inventory come on the market, but rather than making it a lot easier, what's happening is there's more buyers coming into the market. So you're competing right now against more buyers, limited inventory, and still cash offers. And I still hear people talk about, the all cash offer. I've got to tell you something. Don't let the all cash offer scare you. I make a career out of defeating the all cash offer. And there's some simple strategies to do that I'm going to share with you right now. I made some notes on this thing. So here's what I want you to think about when you're making an offer. When you find a property that's appropriate for you, you've really got to look at it and realize it's competitive out there. So you're going to have to make your offer stand out. It's got to stand out in front of everybody else. So number one in doing that is you've got to sweeten the offer. You've got to find out what the seller's after. Now, not every seller is after more money, although most of them are going to be enticed with a higher price. So whatever price you think you want to offer for the property, offer a little bit more. If it's $1,000 more, offer $1,000 more, but go a little bit higher. Other people will feel similar to you, and if you're going a little bit higher, that's going to make your offer stand out. Some of the notes that I was taking. So you got to find out what's motivating the seller. Sellers in this market right now are scared. They're afraid that they're not going to be able to find another piece of property themselves. So what you want to do in that case is you want to actually if they're looking for another property themselves, give them more time. So if I'm a seller and I'm selling my property, I want to know the person I'm selling to it is secure. I want the loan approval as fast as possible. So we shorten up our loan approval period. Go to 14-day loan approval. And then if they need a long time to be able to find their property, give them that long period of time. Some people want to close it fast. If that's attractive to them, offer a short approval period of 14 days and a short closing period of 21 days. That way, you're coming in and offering them. We're achieving what the seller needs, because that's really what we got to do. Is we got to find out what they want and then really give it to them and give them a little bit more money on it. So we shorten the time frame on the loan approval in both cases, and then if they need more time, extend the closing date or a big long 60-day rent back. I've seen those work. I've seen where the rent back period is offered at a discounted or low rent or no rent. There's all these little tricks that make your offer a little bit more make it stand out over other people's. So mentioned closing in 21 days. Now here's a funny little thing that happens that works all the time. When you make an offer, there's a deposit that you make. It's called the earnest money deposit, and it's usually small, like $1,000 or $5,000. I want to suggest to you that you make the earnest money deposit as big as you can make it. So if you've got a 5% down payment, make the earnest money deposit 5%. If it's 10%, make the earnest money deposit 10%. It will really impress the listing agent and the seller. They look at that and they think, wow, this is a more committed buyer. Even though it really doesn't make a difference, in the end, it illustrates to the seller, the selling agent, that you as a buyer are much more committed. So, and here's the interesting thing. Up until the loan contingency removal, you can pretty much cancel the contract and get all of your money back without any jeopardy at all. After the loan contingency removal, that money becomes jeopardy money, meaning that you could lose some of it. But before all the contingencies are removed, you can cancel the contract and get your money back. So don't be afraid of making that earnest money deposit as big. And I suggest it should be the same amount as your down payment. That way it looks really big. It's very impressive to the listing agent and buyer's agent. So think about that. Go for the bigger deposit. It's not at-risk money until you've removed all of your conditions, and that's usually 14 to 17 days. So I mentioned offer the rent back. Even offer the rent back at a reduced rate, or even no rent for a little bit of time. Those are the tricks. Those are the big tricks right now that I'm seeing that are working or helping to make offers stand out, stand in front of that crowd, and entice the seller to take your offer. So remember what we're talking about. offer a little bit more. Whatever is the top that you think you want to go on that property, offer a little bit more. Offer a much bigger initial down payment. That money is not at risk until you've removed your contingencies. So stay within your contingencies, but make a big down payment offer, or pardon me, a big initial deposit offer. Make it as big as your down payment amount, and that'll make your offer stand out. Find what the seller needs to sweeten your offer. So if they want a long escrow to be able to find another property, give them a short approval period because they need that, and then a long closing date. If they need a short closing date, give them a short approval date and a short 21-day closing date, and your offer will stand out and look really good there. Those are the things that are going to really make your offer stand out. You want to grab a hold of a property now. When I look around the entire Bay Area, I see Marin, San Francisco, San Mateo, Santa Clara, Alameda, and Contra Costa counties are all higher than the prices were in 2005 when they peaked last time. Sonoma County is still below that 2005 peak. We are going to end up above that peak, and nowhere else in the Bay Area or in California that I see is any price, our property prices slowing down. As a matter of fact, when I look in the Central Valley, I'm shocked at how high prices have gotten in the Central Valley, which has been a traditional area where people would go from Sonoma County to find cheaper prices, but they're not cheaper out there either. So grab a hold of Sonoma County now, make your offer a little bit sweeter with the things that I'm talking about here, and give me a call and let me know. And I'm going to call the listing agent and let them know just what a great offer you're making and how great a borrower you are. So thanks for listening. Call me if you have any questions. I'm here to help. Thanks so much.